My father was, of course, born in Cuba, and I think they're going to be putting up a picture of him, very handsome man. And he went to, there he is, there he is. And he quit school in the 8th grade and went to work with my grandfather in his sugarcane plantation. And he was very young, and there's a truck. He's inside the truck driving. Within a couple years, he was actually pretty much running the place and taking care, I mean, over men twice his age.
Where in Cuba is this?
This is in Tuinucu, which is,
yeah,
you thought it looked like that. So anyway, and then he married my mother after a 12-year courtship.
12
there they are.
years?
12 years. I can tell you another time about that. And then they had 3 daughters. And there's a picture of me with my dad. Oh. There we go. And when Castro took over and they finally realized that it was all communism, my parents applied for permission to leave the country. It took 7 years to get permission to leave. And at the end of that, he spent time in a prison camp called Cantarrana, which is kind of funny because it means singing frog. But
he was in the singing frog prison camp?
That's right, he was. And then we finally came to the U.S., and within 2 weeks he had a job. And within 2 years they saved enough money to buy a house, and all his daughters went to college. And so he's, you know, we're the American dream.
What a great story.
Yeah, it's a great story. That's my dad taking me to college right there.
That's you?
That's me. Yeah, neither one of us was very happy. We were kind of sad, you know, because we didn't want to part. But anyway, so I want to tell you about some of the things that might, you know, fathers teach you, whether in different styles, right? And my dad was not one to sit and lecture and teach us, but he taught us by his example and by the things that he did. He worked all the time. He was always working, and we would do things together. See this in a few minutes, they'll probably show you this horse up here that we did together, because if I wanted to make something, he was always willing, whatever I wanted to do, whatever I wanted to do, he was willing to do with me. And we talked a lot, and one of the things that he did is that greatly empowered me and that helped me become the woman that I am is I knew that if he didn't agree with me, but I could present my argument in a logical way and convince him, he would change his mind. And that just gave me amazing power. Another thing that he did is he never spanked us. Now, that was back in an age where spanking was an acceptable form of, you know, child rearing. And it's not that he was against spanking, it's just the fact that we were girls. And he wanted his girls to know that no man should ever touch us in any other way than in a loving way. And so the significant thing to me is that he expressed that to us. This is why I won't do this. It's your mother's job. You know, that kind of thing. And then the last thing was he just felt that education was so important, especially for women. He just pushed us to learn everything that we could, not just to get degrees, but to also have skills. Because he said, when women have children, children become the center of their universe, and they will sacrifice anything for their children. And anyway, they'll sacrifice anything for their children. And he knew women who were stuck in bad situations because of not being able to support their children. So he said, I'm sure you'll marry a prince. Here's my nod to Bride's Month here. This was his advice to us. He said, but the prince might turn into a bum, and I want you to be able to kick the bum out the door if that's the case, because you can support yourself and your children. And so that
toad to prince to bum.
That's right. And so see this horse here? I'm sure the camera can show you there. That's something that my dad and I made. We made many things together, and that was one of our projects.
This guy was ahead of his time.
Yes.
With the spanking thing and the women getting educated thing.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
He's been a great influence on my sisters and I. My sisters and me. Influence
all
on
of
me.
You
know, all
possibly
of that. All of us. Okay, so.
And now what he taught you, you know, you bring to us, and so we enjoy you. So he did a really good job.
I think he did all right. I think he did a good job. So.
What do you remember? What's your favorite Father's Day memory? Actual specific to Father's Day.
Oh.
A bad gift or a good gift?
You know, isn't it funny? I don't remember. I remember how much anything we did meant to him. I remember that he didn't care about things at all. What he cared about was family. And he loved a card from us or just an expression of the fact that we cared about him and that we appreciated what he did for us, because he did everything for his family.